If you think paying for food stamps is more important than paying for veterans, you might be a liberal. Around here, we call you an idiot. Vigilant Liberty Radio.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
This is Kevin Jackson of the Black Spreaker Radio Show. Listen to Vigilant Liberty Radio.
What's going on in your head? I think your brain is gone dead.
Hi, I'm Dustin Hoyt with America Our Way, and you can hear me right here on Vigilant Liberty Radio at 10/9 Central on Thursday nights. We bring you the best in political commentary from the right-wing, conservative, libertarian perspectives coming together and bringing the best content on the internet. Be sure to tune in every week for your favorite shows. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
This is Lachlan Marquet of the Washington Free Beacon, and you are listening to Vigilant Liberty Radio.
The ad says he doesn't have a horse in this race, but Retractor knows he does. Now he's got egg on his face. The donkey's on the left, got owned by a kid. They can say it was a crime, but Retractor knows what he did.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
Welcome back to the final half hour. I can't believe, dude, that an hour and a half has gone by as quickly as it has, but the final half hour of The Right Mics with Mike Miller, Michael Hausum, 412-567-6879, should you decide to ring us up. Okay, Hausum, before we continue, I want to talk about Trey Gowdy. Awesome. But, okay, so Kevin Jackson, the Black Sphere. If you don't know who Kevin is, you need to check out the Black Sphere, follow him. He's awesome. He shows up on Fox News on a more regular basis now than he used to. But Hausum, in his promo of us, of VLR, that song, I don't know if you heard it or not, but What's Going On in Your Head, I Think Your Brain Has Gone Dead. What is that, man? I love that.
I have absolutely no idea. I didn't even pay it. I heard Kevin Jackson. I'm like, oh, he's on our station. That's awesome.
That song is very cool. I have to track that down.
I don't know. What's the what was the lyric? You just said it.
He goes like, well, not he, but like, what's going on in your head? I think your brain is gone dead. It's almost like something like the Doors, if they were current. It's a very cool song. We have to track that down.
I just Googled it. It's the Army You Have. It's the same guys.
It's the same guys.
It's the same guys. Buddy of mine out here in California, Gary Eaton's band.
Wow. Anyway, that's a very good song. All right, so listen, I want to I want to hit on Trey Gowdy, dude. You and I love Trey Gowdy. I mean, I believe you do. I mean, our friend Liz Harrison and I agree that at the time, but in maybe 2020, if for sure the Republicans don't win the White House 2016, and if they do 2024, Trey Gowdy would be a stud Republican presidential candidate. So I sent you this. Dude's speech on the floor of this House yesterday against Obama's overreach as it relates, to other things, but specifically as it relates to overreach on, let's call it what it is, amnesty. He hit, as he normally does, he hit the ball out of the park, man.
Or do we have that to play?
Yeah, we're going to play it, but did you see it?
I did not see it. I saw that you put it up, and I was excited to hear it.
All right, so let me set this up just a tad, Jessica. The executive action, by the way, he calls it, it is executive action. It was. And this whole thing centers around, I had to do air quotes here, but deferred action, which is, again, air quotes around de facto amnesty, which is exactly what it is, for 5 million illegal aliens, gives them work authorization, immigration benefits, and who knows, driver's license, what's already happened in California and New York, but kind of all of the above and more. So Trey Gowdy went off on Obama yesterday, in the House. Jessica, let's listen.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Your Honor. Madam Speaker, President Obama announced one of the largest extra-constitutional power grabs ever by a chief executive. He declared unilaterally that almost 5 million undocumented aliens will receive deferred action under some newfangled definition of prosecutorial discretion, Madam Speaker. Not only that, not only escaping consequences, he has decided to bestow benefits such as work authorization and immigration benefits. This, Madam Speaker, despite the fact that the very same president over 20 different times said he lacked the power to do what he just did. And he repeatedly said he's not a king. Now, Madam Speaker, his position may have changed after the election, I hasten to add, but the Constitution has not. That document is clear, time-tested, and true, and it says that this body passes laws, and it is the responsibility of the chief executive, Madam Speaker, to make sure that those laws are faithfully enforced. If this president's unilateral, extra-constitutional acts are not stopped, Madam Speaker, future presidents will no doubt expand that power of the executive branch and threaten the constitutional equilibrium. But Madam Speaker, this is not a fight between Republicans and Democrats. It's not even a fight.
And I ask the members to take their conversations off the floor. The gentleman will continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll back up in case they missed it. This is not a fight between Republicans and Democrats. It's not even a fight over immigration reform. This is a fight over whether this branch of government will ever find the courage to stand up for itself. The same document that this and all president swears to defend gives this body certain tools like the power of the purse. And it's about damn time we use that tool. So I would ask you to oppose this motion to recommit, support the underlying bill, and I would yield back my time.
It's about damn time.
It's about damn time. And you heard, we cut it on purpose, but the applause erupted, obviously, from the Republican side. And I would think, to an extent, a few moderate Democrats, if there is such a term, looking ahead to 2016 in their re-election. But it's exactly about damn time. And before we talk about this, his line, dude, Madam Speaker, his position may have changed after the election, I hasten to add, but the Constitution has not. That, to me, was the money shot.
Yeah, the Constitution has not. So are you not saying that it is a living, breathing document that subtly changes as needed?
No, and of course, I mean, that's why amendments have been added through the years. But, you know, the left, many on the left are of the opinion, at least they tell us that they are, that this is just some old, archaic, simplistic document that is completely incapable of having today's complex issues analyzed through, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's why amendments happen. God, man, I just love Trey Gowdy.
Oh, he is just and I love the idea of 2020 or 2024. Here's the thing: is that as a representative, awesome, love him in the House. Man, it would be awesome to see him as a at least a senator, but ideally maybe governor. I mean,
I think, well, I would like to see him as president, but that's just me. But
I'm talking about steps between now and then.
Well, that's true. I mean, maybe that is true. I'm not sure how old he is. I do know that for a long time in South Carolina, he was a prosecutor, and he comes across exactly like that. And the thing, when I put this post up this morning on IJR, I said, here's the thing about Trey Gowdy. Whether you like him or not, or agree with him or not, you never, ever have to wonder what's on his mind, what he really thinks. All you got to do is listen, man, and he will tell you in no uncertain terms. And I think, you know, listen, let's be fair, regardless of which side of the political aisle on which you reside, that is refreshing. You know, just tell us what you really think. And that's one of the reasons I admire the crap out of this guy. Not only his articulation and the fact that I agree with, I think, probably everything he says.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal, his background. He was a U.S. attorney.
Right.
And then he was a solicitor within the state of
South
Carolina. Reelected twice as solicitor, so he's won some elections in the state, and then he was part of the first wave in 2010.
Right. Do you ever see those old? When I'm up at night and I, you know, obviously can't sleep, and I'm kind of doing the channel surfing thing. HLN, the old CNN headline news, they run that forensics file thing, like.
Oh yeah. Right.
I saw one of them, and I forget the case. Doesn't make any difference. But this goes way back because these things, I don't know how long ago they stopped being produced. That's how desperate CNN is because these things are old. But in one of them, Gowdy was interviewed kind of throughout the episode. He was a prosecuting attorney against, you know, whomever it was. So it's just a cool guy. And incidentally, by the way, and I linked to this, excuse me, in the post, when he said that Obama has said over 20 times that he has not the authority to do executive action on amnesty, Gowdy was right. Of course, Gowdy doesn't make stuff up. Anyway, I have a link post to the 22 times on record, at least, that Obama has said he did not have the authority to do what he did.
Well, except for the times that he thinks that he should have the ability to do what he wants to do. I mean, those kinds of things are. I mean, are most of those in the context? Were they when he was president, or were they in the context of criticizing George W.?
Yeah, that's a great question. Anyway, 2020, if Hillary happens in 2016, I'm still convinced she ultimately will not run, and I know I'm swimming upstream on that, but you know, we will see. So love that dude. Okay, so let's move on. I mean, you sent me a few things here. We got the. Well, this actually dovetails, so maybe we would go into this. This exclusive conservative leaders draft mandate for GOP, stop Obama's fundamental transformation of America.
Right.
So tell us about that.
Okay, so this is pretty interesting. I mean, it's a big, long deal. that these folks